It's 5:10 in the morning, September 16th. I've been crying. I needed to make this, or I wouldn't make it. I made a video similar to this in the past, titled Juyuan Now John, and it was basically explaining my side of everything that has happened in my life. When it was posted, a few family members had shared it with other family members of mine. And I was threatened by legal action if I didn't take it down. I was threatened to be kicked out of my home if it wasn't taken down. So it was taken down. This is going to be the story of me, what I've been through, what I've done. I have to let go of my past because recent events have brought up past fears and past traumas that I thought I got past, and I haven't. This is the story. This is my story. That I need to tell. The first video was called Juyuan Now John. I think it's only fitting that what I do with this project, I call it Juyuan Now John, Now Alexis. Like everyone, my story began the day I was born. Sorry. My story began the day I was born. I was born. Here's the thing. A lot of people know about their childhoods very well. And I've come to the realization that I don't know mine very well. And the reason why I don't know mine very well is because my family has tried to protect me, but in a weird way. I was born to Bridget Coxwell and Jermaine Simmons. whose nickname was Juju, and my birth name, my dead name, is Juyuan. My mom told me the reason behind why she named me Juyuan, and it wasn't fully because of my father. But I'm going to get into that later. My mom has battled with sickle cell anemia her entire life. So when I was born, from what I know, I was given to my grandmother after a few months or maybe a year or so of my mom a few months or a year or so. Sorry. After a few months or a year or so with my mom, I was given to my grandmother. I was born in Buffalo, New York. My grandmother couldn't take care of me. She was getting older, and where she lived, there were a lot of stairs. And she had her friends taking care of me and everything. But sure, she did her best. I don't know. From there, I moved with my aunt and uncle. My biological mother, my birth mom. I call them aunt and uncle, but they're my mom and dad. And that's something I'm going to talk about later, is a struggle I've dealt with. But I was given to them. My mom's brother and his wife. My mom. I was given to them, and then from there, well, when I arrived, they already had 2 kids, Jade and Jasmine. Jade is the oldest. Jasmine is the middle child. So when I arrived there, they already had kids. We lived a very strict background. Very strict. I was not able to watch TV unless I had permission. God was above everything. God, school, family. That's not always how it was, but that's how it got. That's what I remember. We practically lived in the church. We were involved with everything. The kids were in choir. Piano lessons, we did piano lessons. Very, very strict upbringing. I made the mistake in my first video of not processing everything and not being at a more mature age to understand everything. And there were things that my parents did to me that I do not agree with. And I will never agree with. But I was never the easiest child. I remember having a teacher, Miss Monorana. Not sure if I'm allowed to say that, and she taught my sister Jasmine, and then I got her, and at the school, the teacher said me and Jasmine were like cats and dogs and day and night. Me being the dog and the night. Ever since I was young, I was getting into trouble. I was a very attention-seeking child. Whether that attention was good or bad, I did not care. I didn't. Like I said, I will never agree with some of the things that my parents did, but what I can say is this. When parents say, you don't understand why I'm doing this now, but when you're older, you will, it's the truth. How the lessons were taught, I don't agree with, but the lessons that were taught have helped me get to where I am today. My mom taught me critical thinking, and I will always remember this. I was always in a workbook, Even if it wasn't from school, my mom would buy workbooks, and I was always doing something academic. But she taught me critical thinking, where if I needed help with something, she would say to me, figure it out. At a young age, I thought that was just rude and mean, honestly. I thought it was just rude and mean. But, it wasn't. It taught me to think for myself. My dad always instilled in me a love for women. The ways that he did it, I do not agree with. The ways that he did it, I do not agree with. But the love for women that I have and what I took out of the lessons have made me realize who I truly am. And the beauty of a woman, the beauty of a mother, the qualities that I've always had. I remember I used to always get in trouble in school, but every teacher would always say this, and it used to piss me off. I'm like, what? They would say, you have a heart of gold. Trouble's your middle name, but you have a heart of gold. Never understood that until now. Never understood that until now. My upbringing was not the best. Financially, it we we were safe financially. I never had a problem where I was starving or something like that. That's never happened. But there were things where I was locked in a basement. But my parents never dealt with someone like me, and they were scared of me. Like I said, the methods used do not agree with, but I can see where they are coming from, and that's all a part of forgiveness, is letting go of the hope for a better past, because I can only now try to understand from both sides. Seek to understand before you seek to be understood. They were scared of me, and I was scared of them. I was scared of them because I couldn't be myself. My sister, Jasmine, had Lyme disease, and it got to her brain. And it caused her to become a completely different person. So I was also acting out because of that, but I also wasn't helping my parents much because they've never dealt with something like that. And we kept clashing and butting heads. And I had to grow up very quickly. And my parents always drilled in maturity. And I remember people used to say I'm immature. And now people say that I'm very mature for only being 21. It taught me maturity, but like I said, the ways of doing it don't agree with. What I learned, I agree with. I was forced to grow up quickly, and I just wanted to be a kid. My mom passed away, my biological mom. Yeah, she passed away. I never remember her not being sick. She was always sick, and she dealt with that her whole life. I'm sure even having a kid was a risk for her, but she had two. When she passed away, my whole life shattered. And I was so young, I didn't understand what was happening. So I thought I was a bad kid. I thought I was evil. I thought only something like that only happens to someone who's evil or mean. Because I've been taught about Christianity and the devil. And I didn't understand. I never understood. Because there's nothing to understand. She struggled with that her whole life, and she lived her life to the fullest. And that's all she would want for me. It's all she wants for me. So I sit here and I make this video. Not to get pity, but to show where I am. Because after my mom died, my life shattered. I ran away from home. Stole a bunch of money from my parents. And then I ended up in Buffalo with my grandmother, which is my mother's mom. My grandmother has a strange way of showing love, but I love that woman to death. I was just difficult when I was here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I wasn't understanding, and I was hurt. And hurt people hurt people. And I was just mean. I was very mean. Can't say anything bad. I can't. Truly can't. Because that woman saved my life. Can't say anything bad. I moved to Buffalo. Total culture shock from where I was. From where I lived. It was strange. But being in Buffalo has allowed me to get away from the things holding me back. And I've been able to do drag. I've been able to become who I am today. And I have found some amazing friends along the way. Angela, Andrew, Karina, Jaden, Mike. And I've created a family of my own. And I am learning every day. But every day, goddamn, am I getting better. I'm getting better at life. I'm dealing with shit. I guess this video was more for me to talk it out with myself. but I'm so happy that I got to share this. Because I believe that right now I finally forgive my parents. I forgive them fully. I'm not angry anymore. I don't have the time to be angry because I have to keep going forward. I now am starting a business where it's about community and about reaching out, because I know how it feels to not have a hand reaching out. And I know how it feels to have hands reaching out to help. And that's all everyone needs, is someone to be kind. Just be kind. Thank you guys for listening.